Now we're going to actually perform the test to test for lipids. This is on page number 24 of your lab book. And this is something you've probably done in your own home when you've actually put like something really greasy on a paper bag or something and you've seen how much oil is on the bag, but then it won't completely dry. Now if it was water, then it does completely dry. Now this is a very simple test. We're going to actually use vegetable oil, water, of course a test tube, and we're going to use a pipette to pipette the vegetable oil in there. And then we have a brown paper bag, and I've actually marked water and oil on the paper bag. So let's get started. The first thing it says to do on page number 24, okay, and I've done part A, so let's do part B now. So all we're going to do is we're going to put some water on the bag in the water circle. Okay, and then I'm going to actually put some oil on it. Okay. It says let the spots dry for several minutes, so we're going to have to wait a few minutes and then we'll come back to this. But let's go ahead and set up the other part. The other portion of this lab is you're supposed to mix some water and some vegetable oil in a test tube and shake it really, really good. And of course, you know what happens. Ugh. Okay, so let's shake this really good. I always shake a test tube like this. Always using the pad of my finger. And you'll see what's happening. You can't get them to mix. Oil and water don't mix. And we're supposed to let this stand for 5 minutes. So I'll come back and show you the results here in just a bit. Okay, let's look at our test results from our lipid test. Okay, you'll notice here, and this is going to go on page number 27 of your lab book. So actually the water never did absorb into the paper bag. But you'll notice here on the oil drop that the oil has actually absorbed into the bag, and then of course it has spread. Okay. Then here is the test results from the lipid and the water. Let me put it over here on the black. And you'll notice, of course, that they did not mix. Now, somebody might say, what is the purpose of this simplistic test? Well, here's the simplicity of it. When we talk about cells, we're going to talk about they have a phospholipid bilayer. And the phosphate portion, of course, is going to be hydrophilic. In other words, it loves the water. It wants to be near the water. But then we have these hydrophobic tails, which are actually made up of the lipid portion. And those lipid tails are going to orient themselves away from the water, just like this lipid in here will. All right? So that's the purpose of this, and we'll talk about that later when we talk about the cells.